Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Carla, and I am talking about crystals. And what I like to do is come on and talk about metaphysical properties of crystals. I think crystals are absolutely beautiful, and I'm all about the vibration and how they can help support us as we go through our journey. So when things come up with me and crystals in my life, I just kind of like to get and chat about it. So had an interesting thing happen this week. I use my pendulum a lot when I am just looking for direction, and I'll ask what are good crystals to carry with me today, what crystal wants to meditate with me today, and I use my pendulum to help me pick. And I like to sleep with crystals, so I was looking for, I have one that I use a lot that I wanted to give a break and see if there was any other crystals that wanted to come out and kind of bond with me. So I know it sounds a little airy fairy, but it's what I do. um so anyway, I used my pendulum and I was going through my crystals and narrowing it down, and I wasn't finding the one on my collection shelf that I would normally pick. So it was actually the one that jumped out was in my stock for my Etsy store. I do have a little crystal shop on Etsy. And I was looking for a raw crystal, and it ended up being a piece of orange calcite that I had listed for sale. And here I'm all about looking at the pretty crystals. So here is the orange calcite piece. Look, it is so just juicy and smooth, and calcite feels so good. It is so like smooth and kind of waxy. And this one has a really interesting shape, and it like I could hold it just like this really easily. And when I sleep with a crystal, a lot of times I will hold it and I will go to bed and I will wake up and it's still there. It sticks with me. I don't move around a lot when I sleep. Um, sometimes it'll get loose or I'll shove it under my pillow during the night or something. But this one was just nice and grabbable. Um, so this is the one that I picked, and I've been sleeping with it for a couple nights, and it really got me to thinking about all the calcite and the different properties. So I thought it was a good thing to come in and talk about. So orange calcite in particular is about creativity, sexuality. It is has a lot of sun energy. The colors of crystals determine a lot, their vibrations and the chakras that they help, and the different emotions that they help you soothe. So orange calcite is about creativity, sexuality, playfulness, confidence, and innovation. And I've been thinking a lot lately. I have my crystal shop that I would like to build and grow. I also have a day job, which is a post-retirement day job. I retired, it didn't stick, so I went and started work for a small office. And I'm trying to balance having a day job and wanting to do my more metaphysical, interesting things. And I know a lot of, if you're watching this, you're probably in the same boat or along the same mentality. How can I bring my light and my vibration and my want to help the world, and keep that while still having a day job and living in this crazy time that we're living in. So I'm not sure why I went on that little tangent or what I was going to start to say, but balancing my life with the metaphysical and the 3D physical. So one of the things that I have been thinking about and working on is how do I bring those two together, and how do I get my Etsy business going and flowing so that I can really devote more time to what I really love, which is selling crystals and buying crystals, and sharing kind of positive energy with the world. So when I was reading about orange calcite, and I'll back up a little bit too. I think we're all learning all the time about different crystals and their properties. And I always encourage you to just take what calls to you and don't think about it, don't question it. And then maybe later go back and see what the experts say, this crystal is all about, and see if there's a connection. So I slept with this for a couple nights. I slept really well. It was very soothing. I don't remember my dreams. Um, but I woke up feeling happy and kind of more calm about this balancing act I'm trying to do, and kind of taking the pressure off. And reading about orange calcite, some of the properties, it says it can assist one in dispelling aspects of one's life which need to be released before one can move forward. And that really resonated with me, because I think there are things in my past that I'm having a hard time releasing. Is it the paradigm that we have of money, and we have to be comfortable and have money? Is it wanting recognition for my my outside world contributions? I want to be recognized for that, and if I give that up, then I can't do this. Like, there's a lot. I think we all have a lot of weird conflicting things bouncing around in our head. So that's been a big one with me. But I'm going to continue to work with this orange crystal. I actually have, it's funny that I pulled this one that I wasn't intending to keep. I do have one that I do like to pull out and carry around the house. And I have meditated with this one, and orange calcite is just so cool. It's just so cool, and it feels so good to hold. But I guess now I've got a new buddy. And this one, like I said, is really, really nice to hold. So orange calcite, it helps you mobilize your energy and resources for all types of activities, especially those involving creativity. It encourages you to see old dilemmas in new ways. So solution is right before your eyes. So I'm getting just a gut feeling for myself that this orange calcite for me is about balance and being creative with my business and moving forward and letting go of the past. So that's what this is symbolizing to me this week. But since I was talking about calcite, I wanted to go over kind of the other colors that they can come in. A big one that I was initially really drawn to is blue calcite. And this is a big blue chunk that I have. This is about psychic ability, astral travel, and soothing the emotional body. Blue calcite is one of the big soothers. If you're stressed, blue is a calming color. This is also about the communication, throat chakra, and the third eye. So if you're working to develop psychic talents and things like this, blue calcite is a good one. If you are in a situation with a lot of conflict, or you're having trouble expressing yourself, blue calcite is a good one. I have here's another kind of palm-sized ones. I like having big samples, but I also like the ones that just fit in your hand. That you can, it's big enough to sit on a desk and look at, but I pick them up, I pet them, I touch them throughout the day. This is another really pretty blue calcite specimen, and it's smooth. Calcite is very soft. On a Mohs scale, it's about a 3 out of 10. So, they're gonna flake. You don't want to get them in water or around salt. Things like that will kind of erode them. And then I also have, I love hearts, and I have a lot of crystals that are hearts. And this is a blue calcite. Because it's smooth and polished, it doesn't have as much of a waxy feel. It feels more like a polished stone. I can feel the waxy bit a little bit on it. but this also is a really good option if you're more into, the smoother crystals and not the raw specimens. Like this one is really pretty. Blue calcite heart. Just very soothing and loving energy out of the blue calcite. It's blue calcite soothing to the emotional body. It will help you remember your dreams. It's a good one to sleep with if you're interested in astral travel and trying to develop your psychic skills that way. Blue calcite helps remove blockages in your third eye, and it stimulates your intuitive and psychic abilities. So while the orange calcite is very playful, this one is very calming and high energy, psychic connection, and that kind of thing. Now, also another one that I really, really like is green calcite, and this is a piece of green that I have. I love the little banding on this. You can see, especially on this side, you can see those stripes in it, the bands. Very soft, very, very cool to the touch. This one is also, fits right in my hand. Really good. Green calcite, green is associated with the heart chakra, relaxation, emotional balance, release of stress and resentment, and communication through the heart. So one of the things that I have used as a technique in the real world is to think about, when I'm talking to somebody, communicate at the heart level. Sometimes if you are not agreeing with somebody or not understanding something or getting triggered by what they're saying, if you can pause and take a break and get into that heart communication space and just give yourself a thought, say, picture that person as a 5-year-old, picture that person as a glowing spirit, anything but, the human that's annoying you right now. And try and draw a line between your heart and their heart and communicate that way. Green crystals, green calcite is a good one to use kind of as a touchstone to remind you to communicate at the heart level. Green calcite is refreshing to the etheric body in the same way that a plunge into a swimming hole can be for the physical. So if you're looking for a release of stress, and you just wanna, you're not in a place where you want the orange calcite and you're gonna just jump into joy and fun. You need to have that disconnect, that connection, and release some of the things that are going on with you. Green is a good one to grab, green calcite. As I've been shopping and buying stock for my store, green calcite is one that, both as an owner and a shop owner, I was having a hard time finding it, and at Tucson I found a ton of it, and I just wish I had bought more because it's just so valuable as a relaxing tool and to sit with the green calcite. I have a couple other samples. Honey calcite. I got some tumbles of honey calcite. I don't have a big piece, but this works for me because I do like to carry crystals with me to help support whatever's going on. Honey calcite is one that will bring you clarity of insight and action, confidence, persistence, and intellectual power. So this one is the root and the solar plexus chakra based on the color, and it will help you get focused energy and mental clarity. A good one to have at your desk when you're working. This is one that will help you get out of old patterns and learn new things. To help teach old dog new tricks is one of the lines in here, and it gives you support to break out of old patterns. So I wasn't gonna carry one today, but considering what I just said about trying to break out of old thought patterns that I have, I think these guys are going with me. These guys are gonna be with me today. And then I do have one other one that I personally own, which is red calcite. And red calcite is about vitality, sensory awareness, clarity. This is red is a fire color, and this is the root chakra. And this is a stone of soft vitality in the sense that it energizes the base chakra and brings in additional life force energy. Red calcite will help you move through the physical realm. It's about movement and energy, and it's a good one for balancing hormones for us ladies. And it's pretty, and I love how the calcites are all, you know, they're opaque, but they have those breaks in them where they're almost translucent, and you can they just feel clear. And I think all of the calcites have a little bit of that clarity vibe to them, where, you know, this is fun with clarity and relaxation with clarity and soothing. Just really, really fun. So anyway, that is kind of my walk and show and tell through different colors of calcite. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I really appreciate you stopping by. I will see you next time. Thanks.